Greetings again, Corey here. Adrian College Core 101 self-reflection essay. Let's talk about that real quick. I know we discussed that a little bit in class, and for those of you in quarantine, this will be some new information, so hopefully this is helpful. If I can get myself down here. Okay, here we go. So we're at our home page here. I'm still kind of moving, kind of get this a little more organized for more online learning than I kind of originally had anticipated. Right now I've got everything under course information. So you can click on here, like I said, kind of similar to the syllabus, and it should pop up in another screen. I've already taken the liberty of putting the self-reflection essay. This is more, I guess you'd call it the assignment description than it is where you'd submit, and I'll show you that here in a second. All right, so for the self-reflection essay, purpose is really to reflect on your writing and research skills, to really give me an idea of something that you've already done, how you think about research, how you think about writing, what is your relationship to research and writing. And then if you have time, let's talk about some of the goals that you might have for research and writing as you see them, how they might fit for you and some of the goals you want to accomplish in the class. And what this assignment is able to do is able to help me to kind of see where everyone's at, what kind of goals we have in the class, so I can make sure and think about those goals, because I want you to achieve your individual goals when it comes to research and writing, because you may have different ones. So I want to be cognizant and aware of that. So your audience obviously is me, and your purpose is to get to explain where you are, where you think you are in terms of research and writing. How do you feel about research and writing? So the two things I really want to emphasize is number one and number two here on this assignment description. Describe your experience with writing based on these past experiences and support them with specific examples when possible. And at the same time, based on these past experiences, what do you believe are your writing strengths and weaknesses? Whatever you think that those are, right? If you have a particular feeling that you're particularly strong when it comes to writing a certain particular type of way, or you get to a certain point in your writing and then you feel like, okay, you're very strong with that part, and then this other thing happens, and so you might think that it's a weakness, or maybe it's a struggle, or maybe something you just don't quite understand just yet, and that's fine too, right? Just be honest. Share with me. There's no wrong answer. Okay. And number two, same thing kind of with your past experiences with performing research. Did you use a particular method? Did you find it difficult, challenging to find sources? What's your experience evaluating sources, finding credible sources, whatever comes to mind. And there again, it's kind of under this auspices of, strengths and weaknesses. If you want to think about, comparing and contrasting your strengths versus your weaknesses in both writing and research, that's fine. Number three, in regards to writing research, if you have goals that you want to accomplish by the end of the course, please let me know. That'd be wonderful to know. Are there any extra steps that you think that you're going to plan on taking? Do you have already kind of maybe have envisioned kind of sort of like a plan or something? I'd love to know that too. Number four is optional. So feel free to, if you want to bring in your Clifton Strengths Assessment and if there's some sort of connection there that you can see, that's fine too. I'm more concerned about one and two primarily. Number three would be great. Four, as I said, is totally optional. As I said in class to those who were with me in class this week, MLA formatting is fine. If you are going into a science or you're a psychology major or other discipline that you're going into that maybe favors, let's say APA or Chicago style or CSS or something like that, feel free to let me know, and you're welcome to use that formatting, and I will help you with that as well. And of course, again, 12-point times New Roman, double-spaced, 1-inch margins. These old eyes need that double spacing, okay? This relatively short paper, only 2 or 3 pages, so there's no really wrong answers to these. I just want to kind of get an idea of where everybody's at, get to assess your writing and evaluate it, and then that way we'll just move from there. So I hope all that sounds fair. As far as the rubric is concerned, I usually look at papers more holistically than I do that detail, but I'll work within that rubric that I was provided by Adrian College to think about how to provide feedback and how to help us maybe think about those things. We'll talk more about that later, but don't be concerned about the rubric and stuff like that at this moment. All right, guys. Again, that's due today is Saturday. Excuse me. So it's due tomorrow night, Sunday by midnight. Oh, okay. When's it due? It's due tomorrow night, blah, blah. So let's go back to Blackboard real quick before I forget. All right, so I've added assignments here. And so self-reflection essay submission. So when you click on it, it's got that it's due tomorrow night. So you can. So the best thing to do is to browse your computer, okay, and then you'll just attach your file right there, okay. And if you have any problems with that or anything comes up with Blackboard, you don't get it turned in by 11:59, as I said in class this week, and I'll continue to reiterate to everybody: don't freak out, don't stress. Just sorry about that. Just get what you can get done. If Blackboard's giving you trouble and you need to go on to something else, just don't worry about it and get it to Blackboard as soon as you possibly can later, okay? And we'll take a look at it. All right, guys. All right, we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks again. Have a great week, and I'll be back shortly. We'll talk a little bit about week 2 and the next assignment.